Hi everyone, I'm Julia, founder and CEO of Multitasky. I'm really excited to bring this instruction video out to you all about how to use your luxe humidifiers. I'm going to walk through instructions on how to use each of those humidifiers step by step. So if you only have one or a couple of the humidifiers, you can just look into a comment below and find a timestamp for your specific humidifier. So let's go ahead and get started. The most important thing I want to mention at the beginning is our humidifiers are all diffused through a cotton wick, and you want to make sure that you fully wet the cotton wick before you use it. Second of all, these are all humidifiers, they're not diffusers, so we do not recommend adding essential oil to it because oil doesn't diffuse through the cotton wick as well and it may clog it. If you feel like that you wanted to replace your cotton wick, which we recommend every 2 to 3 months, you can also purchase a replacement on multitasky.com. Let's start with the statement humidifier lamp collection, those three over here. This is a Badassery Cactus, the Glow Getter candle, and the Flawsome candle. Those three work about the same way. It's a little bit different from the rest because those are USB powered. They don't have internal battery, meaning that you do have to plug it into a USB for it to work. Whereas the rest, you can actually plug it in with a USB, charge it, and you can use it wirelessly as you like. So it comes pretty handy. But if you also have really convenient USB ports like our Flightfort USB hub, it may not really make a huge difference. I kind of have a ton of those and I just like bring it everywhere and I can just plug in USB wherever I go. So I'm gonna start with using the Flawsome candle humidifier as an example. The first thing you wanna do is to open it up, and you don't have to twist it, just pull it straight up, it should come right off. And then you're gonna find that there's a plastic tube inside. You can pull off the plastic tube and a cotton wick will appear inside like this. So the first thing to do is to fully wet this cotton wick under running water, which I already did, it is already wet, and then you can put it back in. You'll see that there's also a tiny little spring towards the end of the plastic tube. Just make sure that you don't lose it, keep it right where it is, and then put it back on the cotton wick. So once you attach it, just close this, and then make sure that you have your USB plugged in. And there's a little button, like a round button here that you can see, and you just like press it once. You can start seeing that the mist is starting to diffuse into the air. It's pretty cool. So if you press it once shortly, it will diffuse mist. If you long press it for 3 seconds, the light will go on. And this pretty much works the same. I would say it's like the same concept for most of the humidifiers. The black one, the Glow Getter, is exactly the same. The Cactus, the only thing that's slightly different is the button and the USB port looks a little bit different, but you also just open it up by pulling it like this, and then you just kind of plug it in. As long as you make sure it has water in it, the cotton wick is wet, just press the button once and it should start diffusing. Long press the button for 3 seconds and the lamp will go on. Same for the Glow Getter, press it once, 1 second to start diffusing. Long press for 3 seconds and the lamp will go on. Most of the humidifiers pretty much work exactly the same way. Their only main 2 differences is, first, they're rechargeable and they're cordless, so you don't have to use or plug it into a USB once they're charged. Second is there's an additional mode that they offer, which is an intermittent diffusing mode. If you press it once, this is a Refresh Humidifier, by the way. So if I press it once, you can see that it starts diffusing, pretty much the same as the statement humidifier lamps. If you press it twice, it actually starts diffusing intermittently. So it diffuses for a couple seconds, and then it stops, and then it diffuses again for a couple seconds. So just some more options for you. So if you press it once again, it just diffuses consistently. Press the second time, it starts intermittently diffusing. Press the third time, you turn it off. And then if you press it again, it starts continuously diffusing again. If you long press it for 3 seconds, the humidifier also lights up, so that's pretty much the same as the statement humidifier lamps. So next, let's look at the Anywhere Humidifier. This one is, I would say, one of the most interesting one. It actually comes with like a longer extension tube right here that looks like this on top of what you already have which is like the kind of like the base tube. The reason that they have this is because if you have like a really tall glass, you can just attach them together. So you'll put the extension tube into this base tube, and it actually comes with like a super long cotton wick as well. So here I have a really tall glass and with the super long cotton wick. And the way that you do it is also make sure that this super long cotton wick is fully wet, and you put it into this longer tube, and then you just attach it, make sure that it's tight. And you don't even have to use this bottle. You can just put that aside and put this Anywhere Humidifier into basically whatever you want. Like if you have a really tall bottle like this or a glass, you can just press it once and it'll start diffusing. It's pretty cool. You can probably, like bring it with you and put it into anywhere. Like, so that's why it's called the Anywhere Humidifier. And again, if you press it the second time, it will start diffusing intermittently. So they'll diffuse a couple seconds, stop a couple seconds. This one doesn't have a lamp in it, so it's only a diffuser. It's not a diffuser lamp. So next, let's talk about the Spa Humidifier. Pretty much works exactly the same way. You just open it up, twist it a little bit and open it up. And then you'll see that on the inside, it has a plastic tube as well that you can pull off, wet the cotton wick, put it back in, and then you twist it back tightly. And afterwards, you just basically start diffusing it by pressing the button. So press it once and it starts diffusing. You press it twice, it starts diffusing intermittently. You can long press for 3 seconds for the lamp to turn on, and there you go. Next, I'm super excited to talk about the drift bottle humidifier. This is the most compact, lightweight humidifier that we have. You don't even have to have like the actual bottle, you just throw it into any cup that you have with water, any bowl, and it can just start diffusing. Very, very convenient. The only part that's a little bit confusing is it doesn't have the power button or the USB cord actually exposed on the exterior. You do have to take off this little button right here, and then that round button, if you press it once, it'll start diffusing. Even if you're not putting it into the cup, if you already have this cotton wick all wet, it actually will start diffusing right in your hand, which is really cool. And if you press it a second time, it starts intermittently diffusing. Third time, it stops diffusing. It doesn't have a lamp with it, so it's a little bit more similar to the Anywhere Humidifier. Lastly, I want to show you the Elegant Humidifier lamp. This is the most luxurious, most elegant, and it just carries the most water. You can keep it going for a while, and pretty much like all night, you just can have it continuously diffusing by your bedside table. You twist it a bit to open, and it pretty much works the same way. You just also take off this plastic tube, wet this cotton wick, put it back in, and then you just twist it back on like this, and you'll find the button. The button's like right here. Then you just press it once for it to start diffusing. Long press for 3 seconds for it to turn on the lamp. And if you want it to intermittently diffuse, just press it a second time shortly. And you can see that it's intermittently diffusing. And if you press it 3rd time, it stops diffusing. Press it again, it starts diffusing again. So that is it. This is the Luxe Humidifier collection. I hope you find this video helpful. If you still have any other additional questions regarding how to use your humidifier, feel free to shoot us a note at hello@multitasky.com or just message us on Facebook, Instagram. We usually get back to you within a couple of hours. And we just really hope that you enjoy your humidifier, and we hope that it can bring some joy, balance, and harmony to your already really busy life. Thank you so much for your support, and we look forward to hearing from you.